Hi everybody, welcome to another Low on Health Rambling where I kind of go over what I've been doing the last past week or so. Today is July 18th, 2010. It's about 4 o'clock p.m. Just want to mention it was a really good week this week. It was just really weird to kind of have a really good week and kind of knew you're in a good week. Usually you kind of look back like, hey, that was a good week, but at around Thursday, Friday, I kind of knew I was already having a really good week. I'm like, wow, that's a really good week. I'm enjoying it. I'm hoping and maybe I can continue it going through the weekend. But that really comes down to a mixture of things. First off, work, which was really good this week. Kind of spoke with one of the supervisors down from our Clearwater branch, which was kind of cool to kind of basically get with her and get her opinions on kind of what I'm doing with my little kind of area and see what she's done down there and kind of just, get some information from her and learn. In which case, actually, I'm going to be going down to the Clearwater branch later on this coming week to kind of see their end and how they do things. So on that work front, that was really cool to kind of get basically some more information and learn and kind of adapt and refine what I do, which is really, really cool for me. Also at work, they actually had a staff meeting, which is the first time I had a staff meeting at my new job, in which case it's actually the first staff meeting in basically a very long time that it was uplifting. It wasn't basically, times are tough, we're cutting hours, we're letting people go, we're trying just to get by, which kind of last past two companies, that's what a lot of the meetings basically kind of devolved into. But this meeting was basically, it was real nice, and basically they went over, the usual kind of nitpicky office stuff, gossiping and whatnot, but that's just to be, expected. Kind of more so because actually out of that whole meeting, the other only male support member was actually out this week, in which case it was just kind of me and then a bunch of other females in the meeting, which is no big deal, but it was just kind of very interesting from my perspective. But really enjoyed it. Really just a good week at work. Looking for a good week next week too. But ironically, basically, I have long lunches. I have like long hour lunches, and I like it that way. On Friday, I actually went to my old job because I kind of finished lunch a little early and had still 40 minutes to kill. And my old job is like right next to the McDonald's. I often frequent. So I went to my old job, my old TV warranty place, to kind of say hi everybody, and I kind of went in there, said hi to everybody. It was kind of cool, caught up with them. They thought I was real funny because now I have short hair and I'm clean shaven and whatnot, as opposed to long hair and beard and goatee, as you can probably see on my Facebook profile. But it was kind of cool to catch up with them. And ironically, the service manager, the guy who was kind of my mentor when I was there, taught me a lot about TVs and how to repair them and just kind of symptoms and stuff. It was his last day, in which case he's going off to another company, which is good for him. And it was just kind of cool to kind of catch up with everybody and really enjoyed it. That place was definitely kind of a more mom and pop, kind of everybody kind of get to you friendly type of company. And I really enjoyed there. And, it was sad that they had to let me go and lay off. It was like 9 months since I last saw them. But it was, nice to catch up with them. They were happy to hear that I'm doing well, that I'm employed, and kind of having a good time, which is kind of good. Which is also kind of funny because basically that was Friday. And then actually Friday night, Jeff, who I mentioned before a couple times, had invited me out to the Rocky Horror Picture Show down in St. Pete. This is something I actually had done with him and another fellow old ex-coworker, Kevin, from Anime Nation. We actually went to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, the live performance and whatnot. Basically, I want to say almost 9 years ago we went, which was kind of cool to kind of go back to that. And it was kind of cool. We basically had a bunch of people together, and I was kind of 50-50 on it because we all know I'm a very cheap and frugal person, but Jeff was like, I'll drive if you can make it to my place. And I'm like, well, if you drive and can I crash at your place, I can actually go out and drink and have a good time, which is something I haven't really done for ages. Once again, probably 8 or 9 years since last time I actually kind of went out and did that. So that was kind of fun. Went to his place, he made me a little kind of drink, pineapple and whatnot, and some rum he had left over, which was kind of really good. We went to the Blue Parrot, which is kind of like a bar and grill, met up with some people there, had some fries and a pina colada. I love me pina colada. I love me my fruity drinks, and pina colada is my favorite fruity drink. Then strawberry daiquiri, but I'll discuss that later. And then we went to the actual theater, which was kind of cool. I had about 2 beers there, no big deal. It was kind of funny too because with our group we were trying to get a whole little aisle row, in which case one of the seats was broken. And I kind of elected myself to sit in that broken seat, which was kind of slanted because I was probably the lightest of the males there, which was actually kind of worked in my favor because I got to sit next to a very attractive young lady, which was kind of cool, and kind of talk to her a little bit, not really, but during the movie. It's just really nice. They basically had Jeff on the left, Pretty Late at the right, good movie, good show, just a good overall experience. I really much enjoyed it. So yeah, really good week. I was happy to realize I was in a good week, and hopefully I can carry this on to next week, which I very much hope to do. Real quick, I do want to, let's see what we got here. I do have some Facebook pictures. Basically, there we are at the Blue Parrot. There's a bunch of people there. There's Jeff, of course, and that's me. Kind of blurry. There's our waitress, but that's not her name. Moving on to the other picture here, you can kind of see a closer of me kind of shadow melding. I'm kind of hiding behind Jeff, showing I'm reclusive even in photos. But it was nice to kind of get together with everybody and whatnot. And yes, I did take my fries and take them in a box. Moving on here, I do want to mention things I've done this week, things I've watched. Eureka, which is that sci-fi series from on Sci-Fi, has another season 4, in which case I watched the first episode, enjoyed it. Kind of interesting because a lot of people, including myself, thought this show has been canceled like 2 or 3 times because I didn't think it was that popular, but apparently it is. They're making a new season. The first episode was great. They do a time jump and a time reality shift. And the icing on the top, even the cherry and the icing on the top, was basically Baltar from Battlestar Galactica was in that episode. And I don't know if he's going to be a recurring villain or a recurring character, in which case that would be wonderful. But I enjoyed it. Enjoy Eureka. I'll probably be watching the second episode later on tonight when I get my McDonald's and relax. But I enjoy Eureka. I recommend it to some people, but it is kind of, depends on your taste. Moving on here, movie-wise, I watched Repo Men, which is, of course, that sci-fi, kind of dystopian movie. And as you know, I really love kind of futuristic movies and dystopian ones. 1984, of course, being one of my favorite classics, dystopian movies. This one's kind of along the same lines, basically dystopian. A lot of blood and guts, and guts, like I just mentioned before, and kind of definitely a thinking movie. A lot of foreshadowing, and you kind of see where it might be going, and it does go there. But, still a good movie nonetheless, even though if you can kind of predict where everything's going on. But if you like these types of movies, kind of Minority Report, Vanilla Sky type of movies, you'll like this movie too. Dark City, that's what I would kind of equate it to. Moving on here, I also want to mention that I watched The A-Team, which of course is, the movie for the remake of the TV series. Now, I know you've probably heard some things him-hawing back and forth about this movie, but as you know, I'm the biggest cynic and kind of downplayer in the world, in which case, I love this movie. It is basically a great classic movie. Things blow up, it's a comedy, it's the group of guys that get together, they get stuff done, they're a unit, they work well together, they get plans, everything kind of just works out. And it's just a really, really great movie, and I enjoy it. I mean, it's basically, after watching at the end of the movie, you kind of just get the hell, yeah, that's a freaking awesome movie. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's just a great movie. All the characters are portrayed perfectly, and it's just a really good, solid movie. And if you're hearing mixed things about it, I'm here to tell you, definitely see this movie when it comes out on Blu-ray, or if you haven't already seen it in the movies, or just kind of Netflix or whatnot. Great movie. Definitely watch it. I mean, it's definitely going to be in my top 5 of the year. I can tell you that right now. Moving on here, I want to mention, too, I've been working on these low on health reviews online and stuff, typing reviews. I'm doing these talkie reviews. In which case, with Crackdown, I played with a bunch of people, and I was actually able to get other people joined in with me for the actual videotaping, which is kind of cool. I had Mike here. He Skyped in. And basically, what was really cool is I was able to get Jeff also in on it, and I was actually just able to call him through Skype because I have kind of an upgraded Skype account. I called his cell phone, in which case he didn't have to be in front of his computer. And he also talked on it, which was really cool because that gave Jeff kind of a Iraqi war correspondent kind of vibe, in which case it was really cool just to kind of have him and hear him. And like I said, usually these things I try to keep under 10 minutes, in which case, as you can tell right now, I'm running really close. This actually ran 30 minutes, so I had to do like 3 times the work, editing, posting, and rendering. But really cool thing I want to mention, if you're into video games or video game reviews, I'm doing them also in a separate playlist, so just kind of keep an eye on that on my YouTube page. Moving on here to kind of wrap this up soon. Gamefly, which of course I always have to mention Gamefly. Let me put it down. Gamefly, popping up other stuff here. Gamefly, I did get Guitar Hero Smash Hits, in which case I'm not going to go into depth of it. That's what those other videos are for. But I played it for maybe 4 hours and sent it back, if that gives you any idea of what I think about Guitar Hero Smash Hits. Coming up this week is going to be Darkstar 1 Broken Alliance. Once again, we're kind of in the summer drought, kind of playing backlog games. I've been adding things here or there, and then Secret of Monkey Island 2 is basically what I'm playing to on the PC. But zoom out here. Other than that, that's really kind of about it. I just had a really good week, and I'm hoping to carry that into the next week. And I want to thank everybody that actually made that week possible. The people at the Rocky Horror Picture Show, the people at work, the people at my old work. Seeing all of you kind of got me more into my social vibe, and as you know, I really don't do that because I don't like getting out because I don't think I can afford it, and I still don't think I can, but I really did enjoy it, and I do want to thank you all. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.